Welcome back. I know that's right. It is going down to my virtual audience. Hi. Thank you guys for tuning in. You've tuned in, as far as I'm concerned, to me for 3 days. And I appreciate that. We have 13 poets in the building. Whoop. We'll get it together. Y'all know I'm gonna have to get y'all together tonight. I already see that. We thrive off energy, so if you at home and you feeling it, even though I can't really see you, I'm assuming I'm gonna absorb that energy that you have. We have 5 incredible judges who are going to separate our field, and I'm very excited. So the difference between the last 2 nights and tonight is final stage. Y'all clap it up. That means we have 3 rounds of poems. And I, for one, am excited about it. So with that being said, we're going to slide right on into the show. Welcome, everyone. Today is December 12th, 2020. And this is the 3rd annual Exit 36 Slam Poetry Festival in the beautiful city of Pompano Beach. We are co-sponsored by the Pompano Beach Arts Foundation. Again, clap it up. This is their 2nd year sponsoring us and our prize money, so we are so excited to have them continue to come on board and believe in this vision. My name is Eccentric, and I will be your MC for the evening. The Poetry Slam is a competition invented in the 1980s by a Chicago construction worker named Mark Smith, in which performed poetry is judged by 5 members of the audience. Poets have a limited amount of time to present their work. The judges will then score the piece anywhere from 0.0 to 10.0, evaluating such qualities as performance, content, and originality. The high and low scores of each performance are tossed, and the middle 3 are added, giving the performer their score. Points are deducted for violating the time limit. We beseech the judges to remain unswayed by the audience. Audience, try to sway the judges and score each poet by the same set of criteria, ignoring whatever reaction your judgment may cause. Audience, let the judges know how you feel, but be respectful in your exuberance. There could be no show without them. Now let me introduce our judges for the evening. We have Leanne. Leanne is qualified to be a judge because she is a huge fan of poetry, and she is excited to see what y'all gonna bring tonight, so you better bring it. And then we have Ashley. Ashley is qualified because she is a mother to a son, and her favorite color is purple. Clap it up. Then we have Pops. Pops is qualified to be a judge because he is a single father and he's a hip-hop head. Clap it up. We have virtual judge Darius Daughtry. Darius is qualified because he is the creator of the Arts Prevail Project and he is a poet. Y'all clap it up. And returning again, we have Judge Carolyn. She likes to travel and she likes kids. Clap it up. As you guys already know from watching the first 2 nights, there can be no poetry slam without shedding of blood. So we will now have our sacrificial poet coming right now. Clap it up for Sharika Mitchell.
Come from. Some tell them love claim Jamaica, and our mother and father come from Kingston. Like say Kingston are the only parish where exists. Them love ask me if he say something. Some say hello. They ask me if he say something again. Some say aye. Then things say me tongue are some kind of fashion statement. Them love ask me about me hip. And I move like say me have no spine. If me smoke ganja, if me make jerk chicken, if Shatta are my favorite movie, them want to know everything will fascinate them, but not what left nightmares at the bedside of a 6-year-old. Not the number of miles walked to catch clean water in painter's bucket. Not how 5:30 a.m. shower brush quickly over goosebump skin running water we never caught up to. They don't want to know about Clarendon, Marepentown, Mocha, Rona Kaman. I'm talking gun wars in broad daylight that shelled us in on school days. Army men in your backyard, eye contact with loaded barrels may leave casings laying at your feet. Wrong political party affiliation may bring you closer to God than justice. Weeping mothers crossing over their hearts and son bodies at once, wearing gunpowder like war paint, fighting for their son's sake, but a prayer can't outlast a bullet days. I don't speak much about my heritage because their attention span does not travel beyond vacation destinations. I'm talking countrysides where dirt and blood are synonymous. Weed is actually illegal. Every dreadlock on a Rastafarian, I do not know how to swim. I am drowning in the sea of your ignorant questions like we all don't tread the same water. My English may be broken, but my heritage is far from broken. My English may be broken, but my heritage not broke. It's what transformed a one-bedroom zinc house into a mansion in the heart of the ghettos. And you ask about my precious Jamaica. Understand, so we in a fashion statement. Out of many, we are still one people. Know that some days we may wake up ugly, but our beauty does not stop on the resort shorelines of Montego Bay. It runs much deeper than that.
Well, it seemed like it's some poetry going on in here tonight. I like that y'all got excited because y'all know y'all be trying to gyp me on my energy. So I'm glad, judges, this is the most time you are going to get this evening. Judges, 1, 2, 3, what say you? Darius, if you can hear me, you can. Score. You don't have the paper, huh? Y'all can hold on real quick. We getting it together. There we go. All right, from low, put your paddles back up for me. From low to high, I have a 9.3, a 9.5, a 9.7, a 10, and a 10. Blood has been shed, and we are getting started. Start clapping for your folks poet, Xavier Alexander.
My most favorite day of the week would have to be Thursday. There is nothing more sweet than the fruit of this day. On Monday, you wake up all day because Sunday just didn't seem long enough. And on Tuesday, when you finally think you got the hang of things, here comes life ready to screw you on Wednesday. That's why they call it hump day. So on Thursday, you wake up just a little bit more tired than you did the day before. And then you remember that tomorrow is Friday. And then the hope kicks in. And then the runner's high kicks in, and you sprint on Thursday. You see the finish line, it reads T-G-I-F. On Thursdays, I always go, hey, yo, Ma, tomorrow's Friday, you know. And she almost goes, yeah, I know. Thank God. If my mother were a day for a week, I know for a fact she would be Thursday because I thank God for her often. My mother is a woman who is always on the run but never seems close to the finish line, and yet she still wakes up every morning at 6 a.m., gets ready for work, puts on her favorite perfume that smells just like hope, and she works from sundown to sundown. My mother's name is Dolores. In Spanish, It translates into woman of sorrows, which means my mother is really good at making pain feel like a good thing. And I heard somewhere that pain is an excellent teacher. My mom, she always go, Xavier, I don't know much, but I'm your mother, you know. And when she says this, I often roll my eyes, y'all. And I don't know if it's because she's affirming me and scolding me in the same sentence, or it's because I know that my mother is worth more than she thinks. After she comes home from working a 12-hour shift, she cooks dinner. And she says that it's for me and my two sisters, but I know that it's for my father, a man who only opens his mouth to complain. He does not come home and thank my mother for the house she keeps lit, or the 3 healthy children she birthed, or the meal that she has prepared for him. Instead, he comes home, kisses a shot glass of whiskey, holds the couch like a lover, holds the hand of the TV remote and does not let go. And I know that this is not the love that my mother deserves. An Aquarius that is constantly swimming against the stream. An octopus willing to give her last breath for her seedlings. A shark ready to draw blood from any motherfucker who comes for her family. A woman that God took her time on. My mother taught me how to turn my tears into bullets. I am assassin turned poet, birthed from the wounds of sorrow of a woman who smells like Thursdays, like hope. And when I roll my eyes at her, she says, Xavier, stop rolling your eyes at me. They're going to get stuck like that. And real cute, you're going to look with your eyes stuck behind your head. You better listen to me. I'm your mother, you know. And from now on, y'all, every time I say, yeah, I know. Thank God.
All right. Y'all know I've been showing y'all my mask. It ain't. Tonight I just gonna show you the brand till I sit in my little corner, cause 2 hours of mask on talking ain't it. All right, previous score. 29-2. Give it up for the poet. Give it up for the poet. Judges, what say you? Right a little big, not on that like. All right, low to high, I have an 8.9. I have a 9.0. I have a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.7. Give it up for the poet. We're gonna keep it going right now. We're gonna be calling Gigi to the stage.
If you're not careful, the newspaper will have you hating the people that's being oppressed and loving the people that's doing the oppressing. Malcolm X. Malcolm was a fine man. I said to my sister out of pure admiration, And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was too, she replied. But then I said, no, really, Malcolm was fine. And she said, And Martin was too. I'm so glad we was on the same page, because at least somebody understands that for at least the last 20 years of my life, I had been secretly crushing on this dead man. I'm dead. Man, I can't believe that I'm admitting this, but as an official Nubian goddess, I feel like I'm next in line for the young, reincarnated Malcolm, or his equivalent. Now, no disrespect to Miss Betty Shabazz. I know that's your wife. And never mind that I heard you wasn't the most faithful in your time. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's okay to cheat. All I'm saying is that to whomever the new young reincarnated Malcolm is, his wife is within a G. Now, Malcolm said himself, I want to be remembered as someone that's sincere. If I was wrong in sincerity. If I made mistakes, then I made mistakes in sincerity. I can deal with the person that's wrong as long as they are sincere. Well, Malcolm, I know that you can hear me. And forgive me if I'm making a mistake, but it brings great comfort to me knowing that you will still deal with me because I sincerely love you and need you in my space. And like you, I sincerely want to be remembered as your new wife. For your spirit I shall trace, and in the meantime, I don't mind making love to you in our imaginary place. Now, you said yourself, nobody can give you freedom. Nobody can give you justice or equality or anything. If you're a man, you just take it. Well, since you're my man, you already know it's just us, and you can have anything you like, and my body is equally yours, and my labia major and minor are just lip-shaped doors to freedom, waiting for you to take it. The steps to run through. Ooh, easy now, you animal. Come expeditiously to G. I have a legendary spot for you, deep like silk milk inside of me. Now you said yourself, a man that stands for nothing will fall for anything. Well, Malcolm, you can just lay down while you stand up. And when I fall, it won't just be on anything. Now, you know his birthday was May 19th. Though the media hardly covers it, this past year, I bet you as soon as I remembered, I took off work early, shit. And if they wouldn't have let me off, I would have caused the scene. Like a drug addiction, I want my ecstasy. Don't care if he gets jealous, I want my ex to see. I say, I want my young Malcolm to see like S-I-X or S-E-X, yes, X. 6, sex, I say yes, successfully sex me by any means necessary.
Instead of trying to find a motive, why I do what I do? The freedom ain't getting no closer. No matter how far I go. Hey, all right, y'all, with me. Hey. And now they done stopped me and I get locked up. Y'all much better tonight, okay. Last poet score. 27.7. Clap it up for the poet judges. What say you? Low to high have an 8.5, an 8.5, an 8.9, a 9.1, and a 9.1. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Keep it clapping. Y'all, John Kell.
You know, ever since middle school, I heard people say, hey, John, your last name, Kelly. Are you related to R. Kelly? Well, seems like I'm ready to tell the world, yes, I bear the name of a monster. Yes, we share 5 letters and 2 syllables, but there's nothing else we have in common. They say, when people tell you who they are, believe them. Robert Sylvester Kelly named himself after the Pied Piper, who lured the town's children away by using his magical tunes. I don't know about you, but that sounds like Confessions to me. Maybe that's why he produced on Usher's album Sounds Like Confessions to me. Folks say they can't give up all those hits. Well, I say those so-called songs are just a how-to for Predator's blueprint. Made us all believe that we could fly and touch the moon. Most treated him like an angel, but y'all forgot the devil has wings too. Carries a pitchfork attached to a microphone and sings too. I promise you, if Robert ever stepped anywhere near my daughter, I'd be stepping all over his ass in the name of love until he's dead or doing life in jail. Anger and sadness is all I can feel, man. Ain't no more happy people. Ever since this charmer played his flute and made them move their bodies like a snake, they were nowhere near grown. Only baby rattles, if you ask me. He wasn't the only butcher at the slaughter, though. Sent his pigs to go round up the babes for the playpen. Told his wife he would just bring it home to bacon. But somehow I knew everyone around him could smell the stench of stolen innocence. Man, this music industry ain't nothing but a joke. There's no coincidence. He was signed to Jive. I've edited every memory connected to that music. I replay those now with the sound on mute because he can't have my thoughts no matter how hard I fought. I can never unlearn the lessons I was taught first. He told her that age ain't nothing but a number And Aaliyah believed him. Then he told me that I shouldn't see anything wrong with a little bump and grind. Well, the first time I was 12 played, I was 12. She was 15. And by the time the remix dropped, I was a hot 16. And she was 32. Now ask me if I believe in the powers of some magical flute. I do. I believed him when he told me that the only way to get a woman's engine revving was for me to stick my key in her ignition. Man, I drove so many cars, y'all. I put so many miles on this body, riding around looking for someone who reminded me of my Jeep. I believed him. Like the billions of believers who've been brainwashed by this abuser, it's clearly evident whenever one of his songs get played, every time another artist works with him, they all perpetuate the cycle, similar to what happened to the Michaels, but Tyson or Jackson have never been accused of such acts. I say fuck every last one of Robert's platinum plaques. Hashtag time's up, time to call the feds up, because when enough women are fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Clap it up for the poet. Previous poet score. 25.6 after a time penalty. Yeah. Y'all don't worry, sometimes you got to say what you got to say. And that's the bottom line. You like these? We off still? Girl, Amazon, $30. And they so comfortable. If you got feet problem like me, I can't be bout fitting in the heels. I'm gonna go and keep going. And we'll pick up. Oh yeah, I can do that. Scores. What you got? Low to high. I got a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.6, a 10, and a 10. 10 and a 10. Y'all can clap better than that for that poet. We gonna keep on moving. Y'all keep clapping. I gotta keep moving. We got plenty to watch. We'll be here all night long. We gonna keep it moving right now. Y'all give it up for Eddie Figures.
It is Christmas 2017. Puerto Rico had just survived the worst hurricane in its history. What did not survive was my grandmother's roof. But her kitchen still stands. You see this magic space where the ancestors break bread. She's cooking for the friends and family that are trying to fix her roof. She screams out in Spanish, the yams are burnt. They came out black. She then smiles and says, just like the chef. You see, this is the first time I've heard my abuelita celebrating her skin. I come from the southeast mountains of Puerto Rico. This area where slavery ran the heaviest. You see, in America, it was illegal for the races to mix. Not for us. Where I'm from, when we say we're black, Spaniard, and indigenous, we mean what runs in these veins. Not centuries ago, not Elizabeth, I 198 Cherokee. No, bitch, today. You see, our slavery was just a bit different. There were ways for slaves to win their freedom, including if you had 10 or more kids. So when you see Puerto Rican families, 10, 13 deep, that comes straight from slavery. You see, slaves were fed coffee after grabbing their machetes. I'm from where families still have machetes in their homes, where coffee is a passed down tradition. My abuelita can make a café con leche so strong, it'll start your car for you. You see, at one point, more than 3/5 of Puerto Rico was actually African. The Spaniards wanted to whiten the island, so the natives disguised their traditions. Festivals for African gods are now for Christian saints. Then the U.S. took us from Spain, sterilized a third of our women, declared it dangerous to let us vote, and to this day, we are still governed under colonialism. We are still taught to self-hate, to identify as Puerto Rican only, never as black. You see, my cousins be confused, don't know what she is when people ask, sees beauty in her skin, marks black on a census. Her mother says, how dare you? Can't see her own black roots, but when she was younger, her dad couldn't pick her up from school. No one believed he was a father. They each had different skin color. Question, what's it like to be Puerto Rican in 1950s America? You see, colonialism will produce bleach by mixing tears with self-hate. It's been scraping people off islands for centuries. It has families scraping color off their skin. But you can't scrape African blood out of Caribbean soil. But you can hear them on our tongues. You can hear them on our tongues. In a bachata, a merengue, a salsa. I have an uncle named Chavito Prieto, which means black penny, because his skin, dark as a black penny. When he harvests food from the mountains, he doesn't say, look what I grew. He says, look what the mountain gave me. You see, it is the Yoruba and the Taino that makes this culture. But ask my blonde, blue-eyed auntie about racism. She'll tell you the first time she was introduced to my late grandfather's family, their response was, oh, finally a pretty one. To which my abuelita screamed, all my children are beautiful. So when my abuelita says her skin is black and then she smiles, I give her a hug and a kiss, and I say, mi negrita bella, you are beautiful, just the way that you are. And to that poet who said that I'm appropriating blackness, even though I'm Mexican in my poems, I am not Mexican. I am a Jimeno Puerto Rican, and Caribbean style, descendant of West African, and Taino Boricua. I am Spaniard, indigenous, and black. Puerto Rican culture is black culture, and blackness does not stop at the border.
Let me see. I'm gonna get another song in my spirit. Oh, y'all hear? You might well go on sing me the next Poet Scope. 28.8 for the poet. What we got? Low to high. I got an 8.9, an 8.9, a 9.1, a 9.6, and a 9.8. Clap it up for the poet. Come on, come on, come on. I understand that most, well, I guess y'all competing and they judging, so it's all stern face. How y'all doing out there? It's all stern faces in here because they judging and they got to look firm. And the poets is competing, so they got to look firm. So they got me working in here is what I'm saying, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. Anyways, we gonna keep it moving. Y'all give it up for Black Wildflower.
He sends, I'm ready to start a family. I say, boy, don't you already have one? He types, I just have 3 kids. I respond, and I just have God in my poetry books. He types, I'm cool with not being your man. I just want to taste you one time. I respond, how many times are you going to keep curving me? He says, I respond, Y-E-S, I'm going to keep recurving you, yes. I retell this foolishness to my homegirl. And girl, I have curved him as many times as food comes at a buffet. Yet he just keeps coming, just wants it his way, just wants to eat, gnaw off more than he can chew, like my ex, who bit but couldn't swallow, said his food that I bought should be cooked before he entered the door under a roof where I paid debts. Eyes wider than pit, he spit out my spine, pulled apart every meal I made from loose change to give reasons to rearrange my plate. Always lusting to tingle taste buds, but couldn't digest his ex-lover, or at least what was left over. So why would I starve myself to feed his flesh? When I am full of wisdom to know not everyone has table manners, can't collect control of self, may blame you for their broken utensils, forefinger their food to find reasons to dig through someone else's naked garden. And though it's okay to have a glass of wine, listen, it doesn't replenish like water. This is gluttony. Him talking with his mouth full of responsibilities like my ex. Lips drooling, craving for what may be in front of him, but may not be his serving, may not be seasoned for his season. And mother always taught me, what look good ain't always good. So don't invite everyone inside or eat from everyone's kitchen. Not everyone washes their hands prior to prepping or cleans the dishes after. They just want to eat off plates placed in the sink to sink their pile of putrefaction. But
Why would I settle for a man who can only see me as something to order, something to devour, something to conquer? I am woman. This is my table. I had a purpose before his opinion on how he thinks and when he thinks my cuisine should be prepared. I told him, boy, you better stop. You better stop leaning over my pot, wanting to stir my mental into your supper or snack. I am not your trick to treat. So you can eat your ego or order takeout, because no matter what I have prepared, this is my table, and I don't have to save you a seat.
What was Eddie's score? 27-6 for the poet. Clap it up for the poet. Fuck them scores. I appreciate this person on my right side. I appreciate that. Judges, I hear y'all. I hear y'all. On the left side. Yeah, but y'all in the middle, I ain't on that. Look at my judges. Look at my... Okay. Low to high got an 8.7, an 8.9, a 9.2, a 10, and a 10. Clap it up for the poet. What y'all can't see is I know we all far apart and that they got jobs to do, right? I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking to them. They know they supposed to be clapping better than that. So we gonna get here, okay? We gonna try this right now. When we calling up our next poet, y'all start clapping right now for Ed Mabry.
Good evening, Pompano, and everyone watching on this stream tonight. We want to thank you for coming out to this staged reading. You all look so beautiful tonight. Now, we think we have a winner on our hands with this one. Now, for those that are new to this, a libretto is the reading of the text of an opera, including all the stage direction. So without any further ado, we present to you the libretto of the opera, Death of a Black Boy. Curtains open. Sun rises on Anywhere USA. Small kitchen with mother at stove, we never see her face. The black boy sits at table eating soft piano. The mother sings a song, how lucky am I to have a boy such as this. Violins giggle, cellos chuckle. The black boy sings a song, I'm gonna get us out of here one day. Enter father. Director's note, the part of father has been canceled. Replace father with empty notes from your woodwind section. Woodwind section plays the song Absence. Act 1, Enter mother's boyfriend. Director's note, the little boyfriend shall be titled Temporary, regardless of instrument backing. Boyfriend sings a song, bitch, where's my breakfast? Why you feeding him first? I'm the one helping all these bills. Ain't like he's my kid anyway. Director's note, objects replace this song with Give Me Your Car Keys. Boy leaves. Panel 1 and 2 begin walking music. Concrete, we played by strings. Percussion song, Broken Glass Everywhere. Act 2, the black boy tried to make it to school alive. The black boy walks through his neighborhood. Cue homeless men. Cue daytime hookers. Cue drug dealers. Drug dealers sing a song, I Got a Job for You. Blaring car horns by trumpet. Section 1, all instruments stop. Cue single snare drum. The black boy enters school. Lockers sing Insecurity. Walls perform inferiority complex. Teachers sing overworked and underpaid. The career counselor sings, you don't live to see 20, so why discuss job opportunities with you? The teachers sing, keep the student ratio high to federal funding. If things get bad, fire some more of them damn teachers. The students sing, all in all, you don't really care about us one bit, do you? Act 3, the black boy goes home. The next section will be simultaneous. Stage left, mother sings, my son make it home today. Stage right, father sings, I'll do better tomorrow. Upstage, boyfriend sings, when did I stop caring? Homeless man sings, I used to live around here. Hooker sings, as they don't see my babies. Drug dealer sings, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Apartment builder sings, don't make my brown eyes blue. Cue police officer, cue neighborhood watch vigilante, cue stand your ground. Black boy sing the song, wallet on the ground, sun in the sky, bullet in my back. Cell phone in my hand, bullet in the face. Skittles in my hand, iced tea in my blood. Such sweet in my hand, college bound in the wind. In the 100 police officer singing, Bad Moon Rising. In the Fox News singing, pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Cue 1,000 bullets singing, dead men can't be witnesses. Keep snare, upright bass bowl, off cue piano, the sound of Rihanna and George choking in their own blood, and stop! Violins and cellos hum of a million black people whimpering and whispering and whining. Stage left, sopranos sing and the blood came a-trembling down. Stage right, cue tenors from Michelle and Barack to sing too much, too little, too late. Light fades to black on black boy as Moon sings, change gon' come, but not for you. The end. Director's note. If we do this right, we can bring this opera back every week around the country in every black neighborhood and they won't even notice. Please tell the producers and our current presidential administration that we have found a hit to cover all this blood all over our hands.
Previous poet score. 28-1 for the previous poet. Clap for the poet. Judges, what say you? Low to high, I have an 8.9. I have a 9.1. I have a 9.2. I have a 9.4. And I have a 9.8. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Clap it up for the poet. Keep clapping for the poet. I'm bringing up right now, Lady Breon. Oh, I did it right that time? Oh.
I have been folding my tongue beneath itself, bleaching my language, clenching my jaw with shackled teeth because the moment I open my mouth, uprising spring from my saliva, my dialogue is cruddy. Sample with the muddy boots of trade and migration, battling nations in my diaphragm, so the rhythm in my diction sounds like a war cry, and despite the white stuffed down my windpipe, I talk black with nappy phonics, syllables that kink and twist, naughty expression that beads on my palate, so glow in this spit shine flow, Jerry curl jogging, bongo drums in my diction. This slang is semantic resistance, off with the head of the king's English. Can't you smell the riot on my breath? Char in my esophagus, my life is arsenic. And ain't enough opiates in this elementary education to hook me on phonics or gentrify the djembe out of my pronunciation. Love the taste of this cornbread accent. Sugar cane slang, my tongue is motherland, mama of civilization, birth of every nation, scat, boom, bat, hi-hat, jazz sax. There is music in my melanin, and I be talking hella black. With a neck roll to articulate my tone, conversations get you high as my cheekbones, and lingo bout lush as these hips done grown. Thick thighs and deep fried vernacular, hand motions and sound effects, hieroglyphics hidden in my messages. My breath is the building of the pyramids on repeat. I'm like a Negro spiritual sampled over a trap beat. There is a black anthem inside my belly, so I will always lift every voice and speak.
Oh, I see you standing up on a walkout. Oh, that gets you excited. I'm gonna walk out like that next time, and I want the same response when you see me throw it. Then that's the bottom line. Throw that ass in a circle if you are home. Yours. 27.7 for your previous poet. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Judges, where you at? Where you at? Judges, where you at? Oh. Low to high, I got a 9.4. I got a 9.8. I got a 9.9, a 9.9, and a 10. Clap it up for the poet. We gonna keep it rolling. Y'all show some love to Mecca Morphosis.
Duck, you autocorrect. You keep playing with me, keep acting like I ain't said what I said, no phone. I said nigga. Not night, nigga. I said slave, not space. You keep messing up my poem. Keep acting like the white people who made you, trying to change my conversations to what you thought was right, wrong. Got my tongue feeling imprisoned in my phone like I'm about to catch a case, but let me not. Because ain't it to be black to look back at a sentence and see something wrong, something not add up. Supposed to say 10 days, but now you got 10 years in an auto-correctional facility. That is my phone plan. Come on, Knights. Nigga. You are the white friends I don't have. Always correcting my ebonics, while using it. Want me to chill on that black talk because you want a good night, a safe space. You want a black person who corrects themselves in the presence of whiteness automatically. Tell me why autocorrect. Every time I tell you my name is Mecca, you grip on the whip and ask, did you mean Megan? No! See, autocorrect just wants paradise, no. Privilege, autocorrect just wants order, no. Ownership. In the news, where every black face is autocorrect into a mugshot in neighborhoods, where gentrification is autocorrect into reestablished in history, where history is autocorrected by the victors in politics, where the only thing that flips faster than autocorrect are white allies, and I say no. I say I am correct. I am right answer. I am what I am. I said what I said, nigga. And you know what? My phone finally says nigga, and I'm starting to think it shouldn't.
Got me looking so crazy, my baby. I'm not myself lately. I've been playing myself. 'Cause your love's got the best of me. Hey, okay, it's a vibe. Baby, you got me. You got me? Yeah. I know y'all wish y'all had was here. 29.6 for the last poet. Judges, what say you? Low to high, I have an 8.4, a 9.0, a 9.2, a 9.2, and a 9.4. Y'all clap it up for the poet? Fuck that score. We gonna keep it riding. We gonna keep it riding. Right now, we're bringing up Ephraim Nehemiah.
So y'all came to see Prison and the Black Boy get into a rap battle. Okay, Black Boy. See, I heard you wanted to be a millionaire. Nah, that's the wrong game. You in jeopardy, but still was trying to get a lifeline, nigga. You thought reading all those books would stop folk from having to put money on your books? You wasn't listening to the grapevine, nigga? That's why I got a zero tolerance policy for y'all. Think education gonna save you? Like I ain't got a school to prison pipeline, nigga? I'm your inheritance. I've been preparing you for this since you was in the sandlot. That's why black boys don't smile in pictures. They just practicing for their mug shot. See, Dwayne, I caught a boy to a cell, he be flinching. They want to be G's with this gangsters convention. They want to be the centerpiece like an Ottoman. I ain't talking about Turk. Listen, slow it down. Dwayne Carter, BG, Turk, that's 3 hot boys I just mentioned. So go and tell me which one I'm missing. Juvenile, so you already got them in detention. I'm a magician. I take the neighborhood block and put it in a cell block. I make your daddy disappear as soon as I say so. I've been plotting on you since you was a day old. And I hope you know, even though we battling, there's still a relationship. But don't think if you leave me, it's a tie. It's not. We married till death do us part. The only way you leave is if you tie in the knot. I have your life flashing before your eyes like you never seen before. The noose will whisper in your ear, Alan, your pain like dead Mike in CB4. Boy, I ain't going nowhere. I've been here. Since power set in man's hands, I've been real. I'm the one that brought the blood, the sweat, and the tears. I'm the one that kept humanity going. They tried to erase slavery. I became a phoenix and was reborn in America. Oh, America's my favorite. I brought it to chattel slavery so the masters wouldn't say captives as humans. That's the new wave. But y'all niggas still tried to abolish me, just couldn't behave. Thought that 13th Amendment would put me in a new grave. Nah, what them 13 men meant was make them a criminal first. That's how you turn them into a new slave. But you thought slavery was over, huh? Well, I got bad news. You thought Kanye was tripping when he said slavery is a choice? Hell yeah, it's a choice, nigga. You just ain't the one who choose. And I'm greedy. Got a taste for that black blood, too. That's why if you take everyone that's not black outside of prison, you can't tell if I'm half empty or half full. Oh, my fault, I forgot the rules to this. I can't battle unless I talk about the gun I brought, how big it is. My gun is hungry, so I stuff it full of court cases till the barrel's bloated, locked and loaded. Every case gets a body. I cops for quotas. It's pitiful. Really thought I wasn't gonna get at you? You know the bigger the gun, the more lies it takes when it spit at you? My gun so big, I called the attorney general, nigga. Because a black boy in prison get into a rap battle. Prison got too many bars.
Previous poet score. 27.4. Clap it up for the poet, not for the scores. Judges, let me hear what you got. Show me what you got, little mama. Hey! Low to high, I have a 9.0, a 9.4, a 9.4, a 9.5, and a 9.5. Clap it up for the poet. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping for Alex the Great.
My feminism will whoop your misogynist ass any day of the week. Because my feminism ain't no punk. My feminism knows that you fight like a girl is not an insult, won't settle for all the stereotypes because girls are not fragile. We are strong-minded, built to last. My feminism is a lit match, a broken fuse, a furious flame burning brawls, panties, and all ties to bad relationships. Why does it have to cost so much for good support? For $45, I'd much rather keep my money and hold myself up. My feminism says equal work deserves equal pay. Duh, your dick doesn't make you any more or less equipped than me. See, I think I come from a dying breed, one who won't just lay down and take it. Unlike that old adage, I'm good for more than just laying on my back. Sometimes I like being on top. My feminism will twerk, shake, and drop everything she got to the floor with no hands. Say sometimes when I move, my ass moves the opposite direction. But we are not asking for attention, do not need any of your permission. My feminism is not for your slut shaming and your name calling, your body politics. This vagina has a mouth, and she will speak for herself. My feminism does not like boxes or closets or hiding spaces. It's not about exclusionary tactics, not afraid to be bold, to stand out, to live proud. My feminism talks like this because I can back it up. See, I don't speak on facts of what a woman should do because I respect a woman's right to choose. I don't like hairy legs or armpits, but I won't knock you if you do. And I will never kill a gestating child of mine, but I respect your right to choose. My feminism does not promote violence as I'm being provoked. I don't incite a riot unless I see a threat of smoke, and I don't take too kindly to idle threats. I speak even when I'm not spoken to. I move, and I don't wait for your instructions. My feminism says, fuck all your rules. But my feminism knows how dangerous it is to be female, to be born woman, to know the heaven and the hell I hold in this body, this temple. Yet I keep praying for the day that I won't be forced to divorce myself from this skin, to undo this back-breaking labor called life, pick a lesser of two evils, a more subtle form of oppression. My feminism knows I don't just live in theory, in debates, in dissertation, in your textbook. I am a daily contradiction, a walking counter-argument, and my feminism teaches me to never, ever be silent.
Everybody singing. This for y'all. Dancing to the music. Y'all don't know that. On the radio. No. Bad boy having a party. Luther is spinning in his grave. Luther doing this. I can't believe the disrespect for Luther. And that's Big Luther too. Y'all showing that. Let me get the previous poet's go. 28.3. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Clap it up for the poet. We gonna keep it going. Y'all give it up. We in 3 more in our first round. Y'all give it up for Jasmine Victoria. Oh, now y'all can talk. I ain't gonna get loud no more with y'all. Put them up. From low to high, I have a 9.0, a 9.1, a 9.2, a 9.7, and a 9.8. Y'all satisfied? Let me try this again. Jasmine Victoria, clap it up.
not wearing my sexiness for you. This body ain't no 9 to 5. This skin, it doesn't work for you. This body doesn't put in overtime for the ungrateful. I lingerie into my sexiness because I like the way it feels. I appreciate me like no other. I enjoy walking down the street and having my heart flutter from my own reflection. I am a horizon. My smile be dusk and dawn. My joy, it never needed your permission. My temple doesn't need your worship. You looking at me as if I'm your Messiah, as if your heart has been fluttering for me, to have a glimpse of the way I rise after falling again and again, to be able to see the way I'm equipped, well put together without you. I see you starving for me, begging, salivating, you acting like this is FDA approved, but I'm not a woman you will feast upon. You see, us colorful women got spice and soul, tough but delicate without having to beat us tender. Women like me were not made nor prepared for you. We were carefully designed, put together to flourish in our own. I see why you stare in astonishment. You think you'll be able to possess me like apostrophes when you can't even put it into your previous chapters. Never assume we women are asking for it, asking for disrespect, lies, and deceit to rain on our parade when you feel inferior, thinking you could do with me as you please, forgetting that this is my body, my life. I was not created to please you, to be your step stool or lackey. This tongue won't speak your language. This mouth won't move your mountain. This boldness was never meant for you. As much as you want all my attention, as you catcall and hiss, ayo ma, ayo bitch, don't mistake my silence as weakness. You see, this tongue is a machete, and I watch as you bleed out, dismembering your self-taught instincts to devour me. You automatically assuming you are a missing piece to this puzzle. I don't need you to feel complete. I don't need you to fuel this fire. I've been engulfed in my flames for ages, way before you thought you could add to this masterpiece. I won't apologize for wearing my sexiness. Just know this melanin is loud. My feminism is amplified. My volume won't be muted. And you have no say on how I rock my godliness.
That's what I like to hear. Every now and again, child. What's the previous poet's score? 28 even, 28 even. Clap it up for the poet. Judges. Low to high have an 8.5, a 9.1, a 9.1, a 9.5, and a 9.8. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Y'all clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Coming right now, welcome Roddy.
For reasons I'd be the perfect lifeguard at any local beach. One, I am woman. As that water flows daily, I flow monthly. Both of our liquids essential to life, so organisms live and grow in us both, they say. From the inside, I can push bodies from water naturally, so on the outside, I can pull bodies from water easily too. I am a lesbian. Like gay as shit. It can really get out of hand sometimes, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better. So wetter is always better. I have no problem diving face first into your water just to help you breathe. Once I grabbed your body, I've saved you. Came to your wet rescue. Even if you tried to drown me, I'd die happily, suffocating and swallowing, never giving up on you or your body of water. Three, as we all can see, I am a fatty, which means I float. I can gloat because big bodies bring buoyancy. I mean, there's plenty of me to latch onto. Grab my arms, my back fat on my gut. I'm used to people pulling me down just to lift themselves up because they don't like my body and all of its water. Four, I'm black. That fact may clash with your stereotype that we can't swim. Maybe black bodies are afraid of the water because we know how many black bodies are in that water, but that's the beauty and irony, that I can swim back across the sea from which they stole me. I'm afraid that one of my ancestors will grab hold of me and drag me down to the ocean floor like a slave mother drowning her sons and daughters just so we don't witness man's hell upon shore. But I'll survive always keeping my head above the water. So when you see me, you know you have a chance to live again. Take my hand. I'll bring you toward land and you will have a chance to swim again because this ocean is life. Vast, Beautiful, mysterious, powerful. The pressure of it can kill you. Cold, dark, hard. And I experienced that every motherfucking day being a fat black woman who's gay. So I know I'd be your perfect lifeguard. I mean, come on, Pompano, look at me. Who better to bring you to the top breathing than someone who is used to being at the bottom, drowning?
Previous poet score, 27.7. Judges, show me what you got, shawty. Hands up now, wave. Show me what you got. Hey, 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 come on. Just catch flight with me one time. Low to high. I got a 9 point. Go back, Darius. Back up. I got a 9.5. I got a 9.7. I got a 10, and a 10. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Last poet of the round before we have to say goodbye to 4. Y'all give it up right now to Charles Hines. Clap it up.
Men mortals think themselves saviors like Lucifer, thought himself king of kings, applauding themselves on the bare minimum as if mama ain't raised us to be nice. As if stepping outside of one's comfort zone isn't vital for your own growth, you're not a hero. When heterosexuality looks the queer community in the face and tells us it's okay to exist. Our mouths don't water at common sense because to you it's breaking news, you ain't a hero. When your white friend posts a 45-minute Facebook status on equality, screaming over their inner guilt, handing us keys to chains we broke hundreds of years ago, you ain't an advocate. You just want to invite to the cookout. Look, it don't make me feel better telling me what I already know. That I'm human too. That I have a right to happiness too, because the only people who don't seem to understand that it is you. And I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, but everybody got a gay best friend until it's time to stick up for their rights. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. Y'all be having me weak with that. I would love my child even if they were gay, or, yo, we got to step up. Can't you see our queens are oppressed? Stating the obvious and calling it a movement, I get it. You ain't a bigot, so you Batman. You got crime fighting on your resume because Black Lives Matter is on your Instagram. You not a hero. You a photo op philanthropist. Don't nobody high five you for breathing. You don't get a cookie for flushing the fucking toilet. Acknowledging the issue is the least you could do. We've been here for years, fighting for the same as y'all, living off of back burner blessings just for you to roll over one morning and be like, you know what? Y'all deserve the same as us. It's funny how oppression only becomes obvious when the oppressor sees an opportunity for press. You're not a hero. You just want to get glory, want to charge a fee for morality. You care more about saving face than saving lives. But how you gonna change the world when you can't see past your own front door? My life ain't no afterthought. You can't trickle down affect my needs. My well-being shouldn't be left in the margins. You want to save somebody. Love without limitations. Can you care without a camera? You want to save somebody. Help move these mountains you might not have to climb. Pray for the universes your eyes may never meet. You really want to save somebody. Put your work where your words are.
Previous poet score, 29.7. Judges, this is your last poet for the round. What say you? Low to high. I have a 9.5, a 9.6, a 9.6, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Y'all give it up for all the poets in the round. We are going to tabulate some scores very quickly, and we will tell you who is in round 2. Thank you. We have a tie, and our poets want to battle it out. So judges, you get 3 more poems. Your scores determine one of them won't move on. Got it? Got it. All right, let's get our energy back. Coming up first, it's Miss Jasmine. I gotta let her get around. Jasmine, bring that with you. That stand with you. Bring that with you.
Here we go again. I decide to get cute, step out with my friends, and this 10-foot bounce about to ruin my plans. Now look, I understand this baby face can be quite fooling, and I'm not sure if it's my childlike aura that has you confused, but I'm a grown-ass woman. Yes, I'm old enough to get into this bar. Please stop giving me the 3rd degree. If I decide to get sexy, step out with my people, I expect RESPECT. Now, just because I look young don't mean I'm here to take your shit. You look up when you're talking to me like I'm that granny that'll bring the switch out if you try me. Now, please stop looking at my ID like it says McLovin, like I'm some made-up character in your fantasy. I pay grown women bills and they don't take my baby face as currency. Now, my parents don't take care of me, although I wish they still did. I smoke, I drank, I'm supposed to stop, but I won't. You know why? Because I'm grown. Let me groove to my own beat after a long-ass week. Now, you know black don't crack, and I've accepted the fact that I'll forever look 16. So how about you just check my ID? It's like, go get me a fucking drink.
I had to get my mic back. David, can we get a mic pulled up? We had a little change in order. All right, y'all ready for the second poet in this tiebreaker? Y'all ready for your second poet in this tiebreaker? Y'all ready for the second poet in the tiebreaker? Y'all clap it up. Give it up for Ed Mabry. Scores. Listen. Judge your mammy. Go. Okay. From low to high, I have an 8.5. I have an 8.8. I have a 9.1. I have a 9.8. And I have a 9.8. Now, Ed Mabry.
The cow goes moo. The sheep goes baa. The dog goes roof. The pillow goes, I'm the best lover you've ever had. The mattress goes, why get up when today is going to be just like yesterday? The sunshine goes, what the fuck you think you looking at? The window goes, I'm a mouth, kiss through me. The pills go, ignore the description. Who tells you what to do? Wouldn't it be better to feel me go down one at a time? The liquor bottle goes, your daddy knew me personally, allowed me to reintroduce myself. Your exes go, I knew I did things right when I left you. Your mama goes, I will call you later. The church goes, leave it all in Jesus' hand. And Jesus goes, don't you think I got enough shit on my plate as it is? The preacher goes, maybe you should pray your way through this thing. But the Holy Ghost goes, don't you understand I'm a ghost? I only possess the dead and you ain't dead yet. So why didn't you listen to the window in the first place? The belt goes, could I interest you in a Robin Williams extermination plan? The extermination extermination plan goes. Maybe these days niggas just need to hold on, and niggas go, what the fuck you looking at? The mirror goes, I didn't do this shit, but the best that you could do is punch me. Take my broken teeth and slice yourself open. Stigmata, everything you've ever thought was precious. Precious goes, I ain't got to know you lately. Your pockets go, ain't I a good place to keep your smile at? Your smile goes, I didn't ask to be in this motherfucker in the first place. Depression goes, don't say my name, black boy. Because black people aren't allowed to be depressed. And black men can't ever fucking cry. Your tears go, I'm just salt that meant to be in your wings. I killed your granddaddy through high blood pressure, came through your grandmama through cancer. At least have the decency to go out like most these other black folks do. The black folks go, nah, you can handle it. Your weight looks like you can carry a lot of strength. Never thinking maybe it's gravity is condensing your big ass down. You were born to be 20 feet tall, not 6 feet and 330 pounds of, I'm sorry for existing. I'm sorry I ain't got the guts to plummet and fly. I'm sorry because I thought maybe my God would give me wings, but they say keep praying for this shit the same way you try to pray your gay cousin straight. Black people will pray you everywhere except therapy. Microaggression goes, kiss me like the best lover you've ever had. Your lover goes, I'm sorry, but I can't deal with this anymore. I go high. My name is Ed Mabry, and the cow goes moo. The dog goes, you know.
Now y'all sound like y'all got some poetry going on in here. Now y'all sound like y'all woke. Judges, previous poet score, please. 27.7 judges. What say you, judges? Low to high, I have a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9.9, a 10, and a 10. Y'all keep it clapping for Xavier Alexander.
Life is like a ride, as cliche as it may sound, like a roller coaster. And we don't know when we're gonna get off. But when I do, I hope that the wait was worth it. I hope that the line was worth it. I've never been the most patient person, but I'm learning. I've always had issues of letting go. Like these fingers are talons, these hands were meant to hold on, this body meant to be a lifeboat, and no matter how many Titanic relationships I go through, y'all, I just can't seem to learn my lesson, and I know I'm stubborn. I don't like to listen to others. My tongue, always ready to enter the boxing ring. I love just as hard as I fight. I'm a paradox. This mouth that so easily can wreck a whole entire human. I have mastered the most dangerous weapon in this world, my mouth. Hence why I am amongst the most dangerous assassins. I'm a poet, a breed created by God to show this world how beautiful and ugly it can be. We are the kaleidoscopes of society. My body is only 25 years old, y'all. And people still come up to me and tell me, Xavier, you have an old soul. And as cliche as it may sound, I believe them. Some mornings I wake up and feel like I already lived the day that's ahead. I don't often pray, but I ask God each and every day for my daily bread, because life just seems like one big Monopoly game where money is the motive and happiness is something you only buy for a moment. I'm a Virgo, and as cliche as it may sound, I take after every trait, y'all. I'm emotional, I'm sensitive. The meal I often crave is love. Sometimes my body feels empty, like it don't always be packed. When I be at a poetry show, I've learned that love is temporary. Just like the audience, I crave things that people are not ready to give. I'm a fixer. I attract people that don't know their full potential. Half the time, I don't know my own. I weigh 250 pounds. I'm still trying to fix myself. My skin has been through some shit. I got the acne scars to prove it. My sexuality is always questioned, but never how I feel. I heal by being honest. And this is my most honest poem, and every time I get behind a microphone, y'all, I check into my favorite hospital, and as cliche as it may sound, isn't that beautiful? This poem, a piece of origami that I created with my lips, and you just got to witness how I tuck my secrets into its folds, and I'm often told that the key to happiness is honesty. And as cliche as it may sound, y'all, I swear, I believe it.
Previous poet score, 29.4. Judges, from low to high, I have a 9.2, a 9.4, a 9.4, a 9.5, and a 9.6. Y'all clap it up for them poets. We are going to move directly into the second round as soon as I get to my scores table, so don't go anywhere. It's gonna be quick. Order the poets for your second round. The last score, please, for Xavier. 28.3. Moving on to the second round in this order, poets. We will see Roddy first. We will see Lady Breon. We will see Charles Hines. We will see John Kell. We will see Ephraim Nehemiah. We will see Black Wildflower. We will see Alex the Great. We will see Ed Mabry. And we will see Xavier Alexander. Now, we about to get it popping right now. And I mean right now. And I'm just giving us some time to get backstage to get her microphone because we can't shout. Y'all start clapping right now for Roddy. How the church say? Keep clapping while they getting it together.
Don't ask me why I don't like men if you hear me say I love women. Men fathom that I hate them simply because I don't date them, and God knows how wrong they are. I've loved man. Hell, my first love was man. Like no other, he was massive. Covered in color with dimples in his smile and palms that can take trees down. I've loved man. Except underneath the warmth of his flesh at night, my home was in his blood, right beside his manhood. He loved me so much he considered me his privates, but we were inseparable. I've loved man. Felt him get nervous. Watch the surface of his pores fill up with salty liquid fear and the heat of passion. When someone can see me clear through his jeans, I've loved man, seen his happiness, how quick it vanishes. His body manages to pull me in closer, easing a chill he knew all too well. See, life can be so fucking cold. And I've loved man. When walls close and tight around me, his muscles contract, wrapped with nerves that swell when words couldn't explain their anger, like a knee between his legs. And I've loved man. From cuticles to follicles. His hair, coarse, dark, always kept low. He said men with no hair was toddlers, homos, or dudes in pornos. And I've loved man, because he was all I knew. Till one night he grew with lust. Met a woman's eyes and traced down to her thighs. To my surprise, he groped her and kissed her gently as if he was never with me. So I watched him play in her bed, thrusting between her legs, felt his heart racing, body sweating, blood pumping, then something discharged me out of him and left me there inside of her. I mean, he actually left me in this woman, rolled over and left me in this woman. How the hell can he leave me in this woman? I wanted to hate this woman but she accepted me. Allowed her blood to run through my veins. The pain of being disregarded by him left me so brokenhearted that she rebuilt me. Made this Eve of her own bone and flesh. Her strength was inherited and imprinted on my fingertips as I finally reached out and touched her. Y'all, she was as soft as the voice that was lullabying this water sack surrounding me, drowning out the outside world where he was. And I wonder if he ever loved me the way that I love man, the way that I love woman now. How could I not? After she sheltered my limbs underneath her rib cage, carried the plight of my life in her gut for 9 months. I have loved man, but man ain't never done nothing like that for me. He is too used to dispelling his blessings while she evolves his minute matter into this miracle man. On top of woman has been the story throughout history, but nothing is better than being inside of a woman to me, because daddy, Ricky, placed me underneath his waist, and mommy, Karen, placed me underneath her heart, and she fucking loves me just as much as I've loved man.
Yeah, we in round two. We're in round two. We're in round two, and we have 9. Judges, it's on you. There are no previous scores. All you. Yes. Yes. And yes, low to high. I have a 9.7, a 9.8, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Y'all keep clapping for Lady Breon. We coming, y'all.
My mama got a sugar cane smile. Southern sweetened iced tea, hint of lemon in her kiss. My mama loved me like home-cooked meals. Slow roasted conversations, leftovers in the corners of my mind like I remember. She gave me cheese curls like teething rings to place between my gums and satisfy my crying. She Twizzler twisted my thick hair with globs of blue magic, make me Sunday fresh. My skin hot fudge, she caramel at best. My mama got skin like Raisin Bran, where moles decorate the flakes of her melanin. My mama, cornbread and cola, candied yam and cabbage, banana pudding and cobbler. Food so good on the taste buds, it make her feet swell. She wobbles sometimes like the pendulums on grandma's clock that do tell time. Learned it from all the times great-grands was cooking for church's second service. Learn to praise God through baked mac and cheese and pray. My daddy come home from the service, but he dead and gone now, and my mama in combat mode, her body covered with infections like chocolate-coated candies, sugar level 501, which is to say, she got stroke caught in between her teeth. A1C14, veins constricting, then collapsing like salivating glands when you taste that cheesecake that's too rich and saccharine. My mama so sweet, it's sickening. They had to cut cysts from out her breast like she had cavities within her chest, and I'm scared that if she don't water down the syrup in her spirit, they will amputate her limbs and ligaments, leaving her bitter to the taste. Oh, sour in the face, where salty tears replace the stars that twinkle and burst in my mama's iris. My mama is hot cocoa when my soul grows cold from all the pain in this world. All gummy bear dimples and a heart made of pecan swirls. My mama, she got a crock pot type hug, the type that fills the house with aroma. My mama fill me up every time I'm around her. My mama is a recipe passed down through generations, and I just pray my children will have full plates before she is called to grace. Amen. Pray her eyes will not be candied wrappers shut before she ever has a chance to meet them. But my mama, she be stubborn like jawbreakers sometimes. So I sit waiting, making pools of apologies, hoping she will forgive me enough to take care of herself. Because this ain't no Candyland's child's play. And though disease is hard for anyone to swallow, this ain't no sugar pill placebo, because we know diabetes, it will not just go away and still. My mama be like, baby, everything gonna be
her decay.
Y'all feeling like the second round, ain't you? Y'all feeling like the second round, ain't you? Feeling like the second round, ain't you? Previous poet score. 29.6 for the poet. Judges. All right. Low to high. I got a 9.5, 9.7, a 9.9, a 10, and a 10. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Keep it going right now for Charles Hines.
Soon, God will crack the sky to collect his own and leave us behind. The saints go marching in, and I will be out of step, they say, this time. He'll return to earth with smoke and fire. I taste the ash clotting my mouth. Skin scorched under holy flame, the Lord rushes in on horseback, trampling me. Turns his head and shows me my salvation was just unrequited love. I fear I forfeited love. Checked no on the application and asked to be forever lonely. I worry my life is just a manuscript of squandered chances. Maybe we all branded with the mark of the beast and just too stupid to notice. I fear hope. I fear believing in myself, in my community. What if self-love just becomes our downfall? What if gay pride leads to our destruction? I can't help but wonder, can't help but worry that one day I'll watch from the pits of hell as my past bullies earn their halos. Their voices were just the voice of God renouncing my birthright. Holy hands tossing me from heaven onto pavement. The rain that falls is the Red Sea closing in to drown me and everyone alike. So many beautiful people banished when grace and mercy runs out. People just trying to keep their heads above water. Just trying to ease the pain. I feel we was on the wrong side of this argument. This whole time they was right about us running from something. Doesn't stop it from existing. I've run from aging, still time passes. I've run from the church, still Sunday comes. I've run from my sexuality and still it's stitched into my skin. And I don't know how to escape it without destroying every part of myself, cutting the fabric of my existence into a million pieces. My life has become deciding between being strangled or swallowed, and even then, I fear this is God's plan, and that maybe I deserve it.
Previous poet score. 29.6. Poets, not poets, judges. What we doing? What we doing? Oh, y'all don't know that one, okay. Low to high, I have an 8.9. I have a 9.3. I have a 9.4, I have a 9.5, and I have a 9.5. Y'all give it up for the poet and fuck them scores. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Right now, you'll see right now, you'll see John Kell.
Has anybody ever seen or drove one of those like $1 million supercars? Yeah, me neither. But I read online that they have like 1,100 pounds of torque, 1,500 horsepower, and a max speed of 288 miles per hour. Do you know What 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds feels like? Man, it feels like seeing your best friend at the age of 7 get killed by a bus after running to get a ball that you threw. If only the bus hit the brakes as fast as my heart did. I was just a kid. I remember growing up poor, seeing my mom and dad getting high, fighting over drugs. Sometimes they went from 0 to 100 so quickly that it ended in blood. I learned how to move through life. Just as fast as those jack boys running a 100-yard dash through my grandma's backyard. I always wondered who those empty purses belonged to and if they lived. I lived in the fast lane ever since I was given my last name. I was so young, my feet couldn't even reach the pedals. How was I supposed to overcome these hurdles with legs as short as black life expectancy? They never expected to see me make it past 21. Saying I grew up fast is an understatement when I spent most of my life racing against adversity, chasing freedom, running over any traces left of my innocence. I was forced to become a man before I was shipped off and Sam became my uncle. Long before I could say my vote didn't count, I was supposed to count on my mother to teach me how to drive and how to survive the wilderness of this concrete jungle. And since there's no church in the wild, then what's a mom to a non-believer? I always moved in top gear, anticipating the fear of what was to come around the next corner, first gear, while some parents called and invited their friends over for fight night, second gear. My parents called and invited the police over after knife fights. To a child, domestic violence feels like war, third gear, walking around the house on eggshells, setting off landmines, dodging bullets and bombs. I didn't need to play pretend with little green army men. I didn't need to go overseas to oversee the damage that was done. Fourth gear, dreams, broken like limbs. These battle scars may never heal. Sometimes I pinched myself to see if it was real, and it was. I never woke up from that nightmare. Fifth gear, I could still feel the tight grip of depression's hands around my neck, taking away my breath, choking me in my sleep. Sixth gear, homeless by the age of 15, scraping up pennies for food to eat. Stop. I wish I could have just stopped. But when traveling at the speed of light, shooting stars don't die until they make impact. And I'm hoping I don't burn out along the way. There is still tread left on my tires. My pistons are still pumping. There is plenty of fuel left in my tank. I learned how to control my need for speed. But I wasn't breaking the law. I was just keeping up with the flow of traffic.
We got Arsenio Hall in the house, my people. Arsenio Halls. Previous poets go. 28.2 judges. What say you? From low to high, I have a 9.3, I have a 9.4, I have a 9.4, and I have a 9.6. Was that 5? Start over. I have a 9.3, a 9.4, a 9.4, a 9.4, and a 9.6. There we go. I got lost in the 9 foes there, y'all. Please forgive me. Keep clapping right now for Ephraim Nehemiah.
I grew up the brand of poor. We don't ask our parents for money, our parents ask us. I remember counting down the days till I turned 16, because that's when legally I could make my own money. In high school, my whole check spent before I clocked in. I made enough money to help keep the lights on in the fridge, but not enough to put food in it. My first time helping with the bills, though, I was 7. I spent years scanning the concrete for loose change to feed to my piggy bank. But I can't even bask in the joy of it shattering, because some surprise expense got my parents saying, "We gonna pay you back." Translation, the type of promises that never come true. And now, stable housing is in an on-again, off-again relationship with my family. We were sleeping in my uncle's broken down van till Deacon Lowe took us in, then kicked us out. Now we're staying at my auntie's with a new job. I witnessed my cousin walk into the kitchen, devour some food without asking a single soul for permission. And this is when I realized not everyone used ration restrictions as survival. Some people just ate whenever they got hungry. But I'm older now. I'm at Wright Hall as a freshman where we're swapping stories in order to build our relationship with each other. So I get to talking and I notice Awkward walks into the room. I'm expecting relatability, and all I notice is misguided sympathy, like I'm the only one in the room whose family is under the poverty line. So I take the same tale to an open mic. I see skin like mine, and I think we about to kick it. Till I notice these are the type of bank accounts you use to prove that poverty culture and black culture ain't the same thing. So I try to escape all their stares of pity. I cover it up with a, hey, we learned how to make a way out of no way though. I may be broke, but I ain't broken. I ain't even broke for real. I'm just in between blessings right now. I casually talk about my life, and it sounds like change rattling in a cup. I try to make it seem like ain't none of it fazed me, and it sounds like a lie coiled around my mouth, and I'm to blame for trying to code switch into a higher tax bracket, try to get a new look, new words, new pronunciation, so I can make sense with these new friends that I can't even relate to, because they say they broke when they got to dip into their parents' savings, and I'll be like, nigga, you got a savings? Don't even want to relate to my childhood. But I'm so defined by the lack, I feel like I lose myself by gaining something. Who am I when I leave the penniless past behind? I ask like I'm actually in a position to, trying to remember where I came from before going anywhere. But what is being broke if not imagining being rich? Because truth be told, I hate these rich niggas. But man, what I wouldn't do to be rich, nigga. How am I supposed to love the past that made me if I'm constantly trying to run away from it? I know good and well what capitalism does to its poor, but don't tell my activist friends that I want to get a taste of it before we abolish it. How can I use any of these tools I learned in poverty to escape it if it's only good for surviving it? Man, I just never want to be broke again. So go on and ask me, what will it profit someone to gain the whole world and lose their soul? Because truth be told, I'm dying to find the answer.
Previous Poet Scope. 28.2. Judges, what say you? Y'all see how quick I was on y'all? Y'all ready? Oh, I see you, Judge. Virtual. Low to high, I have an 8.9, a 9.4, a 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.8. Y'all clap it up for the poet, not for the scope. Keep it clapping right now for Black Wildflower.
When I look at you, my mind is disrupted by your radiance, crawling behind my eyes. Every breath of oxygen entering my temple is captured by the ability to witness your celestial allurement. The essence of your existence pushes chills underneath my sensitive skin. The elastic men pray to stretch, shovel underneath to bury their sins. The skin they speak blasphemy against as if darkness couldn't hold God's light. But you enlighten me, lighting up in me. The God in you is magnesium, iron, silicone compressing into my moon, escorting me through the rayless shadows of night. You are fight against demons who seek to devour in the darkness. And I know you can have your shifting moods of confidence, because you can either dive in depression or fly with faith. But either way, you are poetry, which saved my sinking soul. Every time I speak your name, I give birth to love, and I've watched you starve yourself to feed others food for thought. So I thought I'd serve you these affirmations. Your body is God's art. So stop and appreciate what society wants you to hate about yourself. Every hair that crawls underneath your chin, every wrinkle in the fold of your skin, your mind is as deep as your voice, and that is your power. You defy stereotypes. You are a walking museum of your ancestors' contributions to this country. And see, I thought that I could find self-love in the emptiness of a liquor bottle, in a burning blunt, or under loose bed sheets with foreign bodies that seek to explore. But as I look at you in this mirror, Black Wildflower, I want you to know that you can get through this. Even with earth stomping on your shoulders, you always find the willpower to stand and smile, and that is your power. Remember, if no one else has ever told you this, I want you to know that I love you for you, I love you past the sex addicting habits, past the molestation, past all the bad attitude babbles. Baby girl, I love you for you. See, sometimes we all must look ourselves in the mirror and embrace ourselves, love ourselves. I'm just grateful that at this moment I get the opportunity to look at you, because I remember when I couldn't. When I called you ugly and unwanted, and those demons dance to the melody of depression in my mind. But isn't self-hatred a sin? To not love the body of art that God has painted you in. Self-love isn't always so poetic, but you are the blossom of a broken heart growing in places people never thought you would. You are phenomenal. You are good enough. You are God's art. You matter. You are a phenomenal woman. You are God's art. And who could not love such a masterpiece?
Previous poet score, 28.5. Clap it for the poet, not for the score. Judges, let's go. Low to high, have a 9.0, a 9.0, a 9.3, a 10, and a 10. Give it up for the poet. Go, keep it going. We got 3 left in this round, 3 left in this round, and then we go to 5. 3 left in this round, and then we go to 5. Y'all give it up right now for Alex the Great.
To the white woman who asked me what my bruises look like, presumably in comparison to the color of hers, dare I say I was too taken aback to give you a proper response then, but the fact that you even thought it okay to ask me some shit like that. White privilege. The fact that you only asked and didn't carry out the act to see it. Black privilege. See, unlike you, I have to live this. Attempt to navigate the minute space between birth and funeral. A smile and a tear. One moment and the next, my bruises look like the Atlantic Ocean parted open and swallowed 3 million bodies in its belly. My bruises look like the ring being the only ID Emmett Till's corpse could carry. My bruises like a whip, lashing amnesia, and the Kunta for getting hit, and the Toby for getting his name was Kunta. 1 foot, bullets to the head, broken ribs, severed tongue. Sound like a horror movie, but that's Mamie Till's story. Sabrina Fulton's story, Coretta Scott King's story. It's my testimony. This body be the pulpit. This life is a sermon. My bruises look like having to teach you this, like the souls of black folk, double consciousness. See, the fact that you spend your whole life making a living, white privilege. The fact that I spend my whole life thinking about dying, black privilege. But you want to know what my bruises look like? Like me being black and woman and alive ain't enough for me to have to analyze. My bruises look like this moment. Like me channeling all of this rage in a paper and pen instead of your face and my fist. My bruises look like Selma, Montgomery, Ferguson, Baltimore, like Oakland. Look like I'm burning, man. Can't you see a body on fire? You just stand there with that silly-ass grin on your face, dousing more fuel on the flames. This here ain't easy, man. This living is a constant challenge. This blackness is beautiful. It's a shame I can only go to the mirror to see it. The fact that you tell stories about your 3 little children, white privilege. The fact that I wrestled with naming mine beloved, black privilege. My bruises, like I bite my tongue so hard last night I almost swallowed it. Like my hands stay at 10 and 2, I make no sudden movements. My bruises like Sandra Bland. A hashtag, like the police can turn my eulogy into a suicide note. Like the state of Texas rewriting history to call slaves workers and the slave trade a migration riddle. What is another word for a black family reunion? A graveyard. I am always the butt of all jokes. The fact that you got something to laugh about, white privilege. The fact that I got something to smile about, black privilege. You ask me what my bruises look like. The fact that you don't see the irony, white privilege. The fact that I'm standing here as the evidence, black privilege. Because if a black body ain't the most obvious example of scarring and healing, then truly, I can't tell you what is.
All right. Previous poet score, 28.3. Judges, what you got? Low to high, I have a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.4, and a 9.8. Y'all clap it up for the poet. Clap it up for the poet. Keep clapping for Ed Mabry.
I gave up sugar not too long ago. High fructose corn syrup. Started looking into getting a lap band, a lipo, or anything to make somebody want to put their hands on me. Convince somebody that I was worth, holding on to. And I talked to my mama, because every now and then she say smart shit. And she said, that's all fine and good, baby. When's the last time you held on to yourself? Was the last time you put your own arms around your girth and felt comfort in your own warmth? Was the last time that you realized that maybe that gravity is what's keeping you so grounded in the midst of these days of being shut in and shut down? See, but I remember being that little black boy in Dayton, Ohio, and being taken on a field trip where I got to see Gregory Hines tap dance and Mikhail Baryshnikov do ballet, and Alvin Ellis Dance Theater Harlem do whatever the beautiful thing it is they do. And I came back to the neighborhood and I told my boys, like, check all this out, like I've learned all these beautiful things that I can now do that are amazing. And they told me, yeah, only faggots dance. And are you a fag? And I didn't even know what the word was. It sounded pretty. I wanted to say, yeah. But the look in the eyes said, you only got one option to pick. So I went to the dude that they always gave that name to, named Tyrone, and I asked for Tyrone, am I gay for dance? He said, no, but your dumb ass is stupid if you don't. If you don't learn how to express yourself, if you ain't willing to move your body from time to time, don't you understand that they're taking us on a daily basis on these streets? They have no problem putting a knee on your neck for over 8 minutes, but you asking for permission to dance in this lifetime. Boy, you better move. Don't you understand that you disrespecting grandmama who sat up in St. Luke Missionary Baptist Church, held the tambourine in one hand and your whole life in the other one, carried entire ancestry on her back in the name of getting down on the good foot. But nowadays we make fun of them like the Holy Ghost move was something funny, when all it meant was they could only move this far in that shuffle step because they was used to having shackles on their goddamn feet. Now we seem to be open and free. So I asked him again, Tyrone, you got to be gay to dance? He said, you don't understand. Sometimes when you were gay and black in the hood, the only safe place for you was some stage. And ain't it funny how here's a black man who found a safe space on a stage but was afraid to dance and move, thought my girth made me all of a sudden unloving, unworthy, unacceptable, not beautiful. But no, the truth is, you better love my fat ass the way I am if you ever want the in-shape version of me. I gave up sugar, motherfucker, because I'm sweet enough as it is. I don't need high fructose corn syrup because I swear I taste delicious to myself. So these days I hold myself late at night and I think about the lover that's going to come and hold me, right? And we dance and we move. So forgive this black boy if he takes a moment to feel special about himself. Forgive this black boy if he appreciates all those dance lessons he was given back in the day. Forgive him.
Previous Poets Court. 27-8, clap it up for the poet. Judges, what say you? You ought to be good at this by now. I think y'all got it, by golly. Okay, low to high. I got a 9.1. I got a 9.5. I got a 9.5. I got a 9.6. And I got a 10. Clap it up for the poet. Last poet in this round. Y'all know breakdancing. Last poet in this round. Oh, and breakdancing is now officially an Olympic sport, by the way. If you didn't know, y'all give it up for Xavier Alexander.
I've been down so long, they look like up to me. They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me, thinking they appreciating, but they just taking up space. Like, they started from Toronto, and now they Dominican. Like, what do you know about the Caribbean besides that you wish you were from there, Drake? I have watched you try on different cultures throughout your career as you've seen fit. Like, at the beginning, you was from the East Coast, and then you were from Texas, and now the Caribbean. You appropriate so much culture, it's almost like you half white. Almost like you resemble Christopher Columbus. You know, the man that stole, raped, founded my people. Maybe you are Dominican after all, Mr. Champagne Papi. Tell me how it feels to be the poster board of every light-skinned brown boy from the islands and not even be from there. It's almost like you knew. The closest to be from the Caribbean is if you had your dick inside of someone's pussy who was from there. Maybe that's why you love Nicki. Maybe that's why you love Rihanna. Maybe that's why you falling around J-Lo. Drake, and I don't want to hear about this ever again. Not even when J-Lo tell him that they better as friends. Not even when she got him writing albums that things were never the same. But were things ever the same? Once you got a taste of that Caribbean flame, Drake, our women are more than fat asses with bad attitudes. I cringe every time I read an article that headlines, "You are an honorary Dominican," when you don't even know the famous Dominican proverb, "I am not black," or do you claim your blackness only when it benefits you like we do? Do you offer your blackness an autograph? Does your blackness make your hotline bling because you've been rapping less and appropriating more? Do you believe you're the one steering the slave ship, or were you actually the cargo on it? What is your favorite baseball team? There's only two options, the Red Sox or the Yankees. Does your mama do hair? Does she know how to do blowouts? Does she know how to straighten any curls trying to revolt against Eurocentric beauty standards? Do you know how to dance merengue or bachata? Do you eat mango? Do you even know what a plátano is? Have you ever seen poverty up close? The way it wraps its arms around you as colorism kisses you on the cheek. To be Dominican is to be mixed with slavery and extinction. It is to not know where your roots have been planted because half of them have been demolished. It is to believe you are a coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside. My people have a glass full of amnesia with every meal. To be Caribbean is to admire the beauty of the tropics, but never lose sight of the blood on the palm tree leaves, the graves and our shores, or the corruption and our governments. And I'm not trying to Meek Mill you, Drake. I don't know if you have a ghostwriter or not, but me know you're not from here. So vete pa'l carajo, coño. For I have to get on my worst behavior, cause motherfucker never loved us. Fucker, you never loved us. You may be rich, but my culture be richer. And the whole time they smile in my face. Whole time they want to take my place. Whole time you want to take my place. But I know that love is fake.
Previous poet scores. $28.6. So who's signing up for the breakdance Olympics? Breakdance Olympics. Nobody? Nobody. I got bad knees. I got bad hips and a bad back, so I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you, judges. Should have been enough time. Left my clipboard. Low to high, I have a 9.0, a 9.3, a 9.5, a 9.7, and a 9.8. Y'all give it up. That was your last poet. And this round, we got one more round. Can you hold your scores back up? I'm sorry. Hold your scores back up. .0. 9.3, 9.5, 9.7, and a 9.8. You're welcome. All right, guys. Last round. We got 5 poets, top 3 place. We are going to redraw for their order. It is 1 poem for all the marbles. Those beautiful trophies and a little bit of money is what we're doing. We have to get our scores together. Can I have, once I get that, We're gonna redraw. We're gonna cleanse y'all palates, judges. We're gonna do 1 sec before we start this last round to get you back, to cleanse your palates, to get you ready, to get you ready. If you got something to do, go do it, hurry up. I'm going to get some scores. Yes, we had a time penalty on the last poet. With the time penalty, the poet's score is a 28. And Black Wildflower. All right, all right, all right. We are back. We are back, we are back, we are back. Y'all, we have made it to the last round. Clap it up. The last round is a clean slate round. Nothing matters before this. It is one poem for all the gusto. So let's go. So in this order, we will see Charles Hines. We will see John Kell. We will see Ephraim Nehemiah. We will see Lady Breon. And then we will see Roddy. All right? All right. Before then, I got a judge missing. I got a judge missing. He coming. It's all right. And no, what is about a 1 minute poem? Y'all think he gonna be there? Y'all think he gonna be there if I do a 1 minute poem? All right. I don't even remember how I start. Oh, I do. I found this journal. Along the edges of the pages were Bible verses. And in the middle of it all were the words, "I'm a fuck up." We found him in a bathtub. Rope pulled tight from his neck to a cinder block. Our love was a clothesline. Now all that hangs here is guilt legs cemented in disbelief. I dry heaved on words I should have said. I used to ask him, "Do you want to live or just exist?" He never had an answer. Now all I'm left with is a bathtub full of questions. You say people who kill themselves are selfish. I now know people who commit suicide think they're doing it for the greater good, but there is no greater good here. There is no honor. I cannot call him a martyr. I don't know if he ever got into heaven. All that's left of this war is me. I'm a civilian casualty of suicide. I'm the words in the middle of his page asking, what if I'm the one who fucked up? What if I could have done better at being the Bible verses around him? My judge back. There you go. I told you. 1 minute, baby. 1 minute. Come on, Pops. If that ain't Pops, I don't know what is. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for y'all sack? Coming back up. Welcome, Sharika Mitchell.
It was a normal day in Philly. Well, not so normal. More liquor than usual. More bass than this park is used to. Folks stroll into some shit they can just rock to, but they're careless. Still hopping, still shimmying, still ducking bullets. I mean, just ducking. Maybe they didn't wake up and look outside of their bubble. I mean, our bubble, I seen it too. A Confederate statue sitting on its hinges, uniting the right bigotry at its finest. America is on fire again. It's been on fire, still one fire that's never been put out. A pyromaniac for a president he has yet to speak. He still tweets. In a state of emergency, the First Lady tweets before him. I guess his trigger finger only works in North Korea, and the protecting America lingo he sticks to a wall, while colored folks are still sprayed with bullets at stoplights, while our backyards are sprayed with pepper at a racist march. I mean, a march on birthright. I mean, a march for things that didn't belong to them in the first place, but we're here acting like the outside world is not existing. People driving through stoplights trying to catch the beat before it gets flatlined by the rain. People driving through people getting flatlined in their own blood. It's crazy how Saturday showers looks a lot different a few states over. My mother called me and asked how far is Pennsylvania from the Virginia riot. I told her riots happen every day. They look different but cut the same when I'm referred to as a girl instead of a woman, when my hair is touched, when I have to remind my privileged co-workers and students that ghetto is a place and not an attribute for a person. Moments I write within myself because I can't slap the shit out of them. Rights happen every day. At this point, we're just accustomed to it. It was a normal day in Philly. It was a normal day in America.
All right. You put it on my forehead. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Never mind. We live, y'all. I had to censor myself. Score. Judges. Where you at? Low to high, I have a 9.1, a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.8. Y'all clap it up, keep it clapping, right now for Charles High.
I'm gay, losers, which means I like dicks. Boys who use me but never understand me, I'm the friend they'll never be comfortable loving, but always call to clean up their messes, to tame the waves of their pride, all the emotional support with none of the obligation. I think before I live, so I can keep on living. My identity has military training, knows how to tiptoe into a room and check that it's safe. I've kissed the forehead of grenades to sleep, can survive in harsh conditions like the crossfire of classrooms, like church pew ambushes. I'm gay, y'all, which means I create homes but do not have one. Sometimes my mouth waters at privilege I'll never know. Catch myself envying what is easy I understand. This poem will be shrugged off by people who just can't relate. Too scared to support our movement, but always expect us to support theirs means I'm forever aware of my difference. Often I fist fight society to be understood. Scream at the earth to spin in the opposite direction. Feel too small for pain this large. 99+1% of the time I'm gay. Which means God made me a square planet. Means she still made me with iced coffee oceans, Roy G. Biv skies, and a whole lot of flowers. Means you not breathing my air doesn't stop me from sustaining life. I know myself, so I don't lose myself. I got Pluto's resilience, kept orbiting even when they told me I was too small, too not like them, stripped me of my identity and remained strong after being broken so many times. I know exactly how to heal, how to wrap my fist around hurricanes and walk out dry. I can wield lightning from my fingertips and find my way home. It means your privilege makes you weak, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Bitch, I'm gay. I shine my shoes with simpletons. I floss my teeth with haters. I'll meet you in the alley if you trying to talk. And even when I'm hit, I know I'm still the shit. I've cut my way through the trenches. Gunfire grabbing at my glory. The only thing I know is survival. The only love I give is unconditional. Loneliness don't scare me. Look, I'm gay. And that means that self-love is often hard to find, but always worth the search.
Yeah, that's number one. We got 4 more. Y'all almost there. Keep it. Come on, church. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. We almost there. Sax go. 28.6. What say you? Hold up your scorecards. From low to high, I have a 9.0, a 9.1, a 9.4, a 9.5, and a 9.7. You got that? All right. Perfect. Clap it up for the poet, not for the score. Y'all keep clapping for John Kell.
Hey, y'all see that boy John, man? That boy so black. that you could only see him at night when he smiled. So I smiled, even during the day, because I didn't want to feel like the invisible man. I was just a boy. I remember staring at myself in the mirror, picking up the bar of soap and scrubbing so hard that my skin blistered. It's not like I wanted to be white, just light enough to be accepted, so I tried to wash away my insecurities, even if it meant erasing a part of me. While everyone else sees the world as black and white, I was just hoping to find the mocha in the middle. Will I ever feel safe being black? Or will this color act as a bullseye on my back, making me a walking target? I'll never understand why people lay down in caskets called tanning beds, basking in the artificial glow, hoping to emulate the hue that most criticize. In the eyes of the beholder, beauty is only skin deep, but if looks could kill, we'd all be guilty of genocide. My people are dying. My people are bleaching away their heritage. That which was meant to protect and prevent damage is now damaging us. Our people are dying for vanity. Globally, people of color spend $9 billion per year on skin bleaching products. Whitewashing has never been more profitable. Black woman bleaches her skin to become the next biggest star in Hollywood. Brown woman bleaches her skin to become the next biggest star in Bollywood. From the U.S. to India, how many more layers of the epidermis do we have to peel back before we get to the root of the problem? It's not us, it's them. These corporations are peddling poisons to our people, perpetuating the plight of our pigmentation. Will I ever feel comfortable in my own skin? Because I feel like I've been wearing mine 2 sizes too small. Now, whenever I feel the need to make alterations, I'm reminded that this birthday suit was custom fitted and tailor-made by him just for me. You know, they tried to tell me my skin was stained. But what they didn't know is that black is the most difficult spot to remove. You can't just wipe me away. My skin is more than just a color. It's more like armor, shielding me from the hatred that beams down from the lighter hue. My skin is elastic, stretching something from nothing, far beyond the reach of my oppressors, along with the ability to bounce back. My skin makes me resilient. My melanin makes me magical. Because who said stars are the only beauty that you see in the dark?
That's number 2. That's number 2. We got 3 more. We got 3 more. That means guess what we got? 3, 6, 9 minutes of poetry, baby. And I know I ain't mad in the 20 seconds if they take them. Hey, what you got? 28 even. 28 even. Coming up is some scores. Thought y'all had me. Haters. Score. Low to high, 9.3, 9.4, 9.4, 9.5, and a 9.8. Y'all clap it up for the poet, not for that scope. Right now, coming up, Ephraim Nehemiah. Clap.
I love my mama. My mama loves God. And our house wasn't no curses, just Bible verses we recite like daily affirmations. My mama saved and sanctified since 11. She say Happy Resurrection Sunday because Easter is low-key blasphemy. Gospel praise echoed with every sunrise. The TV stayed on TBN, and every 31st we prayed the new year in. My mama's hands are like 2 tambourines banging to a rhythm you could only play if you got like that extra arm fat and attended 500-second services. The first healthcare plan I ever knew was my mama's praying hands. Can I testify? Y'all ain't reacting enough for me. I said, can I testify? Can I testify how my brother was diagnosed out the womb with Hirschsprung's? Mortality rate of 80% that was even higher in the 80s. My mama prayed till his survival came to pass. Can I testify? I said, can I testify? How my sister got so sick, we actually went to the doctor. They delivered the verdict of Crohn's disease. Supposedly, there is no known cure. My mama's God don't understand the words no and cure put together. She prayed so hard they couldn't find a trace of it in her body. Can I testify? I said, can I testify? How in 2015, I get T-boned, flipped over, collide with a truck, and I crawl from the wreckage without a single scratch on my body. Come on, you can't tell me my mama ain't got God on speed dial whenever she prays. Whenever she prays, I can feel the anointing oil on my forehead again. I'm in the middle of taking the finest communion. Not that broken up saltine with the generic grape juice. We talking about that unidentifiable wafer pre-attached to the cup with juice so good it might actually be the blood of Christ. My mama prays, y'all. And I done backslid so much, my spirit be moonwalking. And it's the catalyst of every argument. She don't think I'm saved enough, perceives forbidden fruit and serpent skin all over my body. But my mama is the most spiritual person I've ever met. So I've seen her make her prayers reality too many times to doubt it. So some days I do sow rebellion in my soul. For every prayer that she has for judgment filled with my life, but other days I hoard a sympathy for how she loves through the brimstone she sees coated on my soul. See, our relationship, one of them Bible type lessons, all trial and tribulation things that we have to work through, but I'm still gonna love my mama because I can't imagine my life without her. And ain't that the Christ-like thing to do?
That's 3. We got 2 more. Previous poet scope. 28.3. Judges. Low to high, I have a 9.2, a 9.4, a 9.4, a 9.5, and a 9.6. Y'all clap it up for that poet. And now for that damn score, we gonna keep it rolling right now. Clap for Lady Breon.
On this day, a fuckboy got me standing in the mirror questioning myself, which is to say, a boy with bad intentions and no ambition, not to mention he holds no loyalties to speak of, got me introspective and reflecting if my reflection deserves what little he has to offer. Here I am, with my degrees hanging on the wall, a master's and bachelor's, a bachelor, and that high grade is the closest he ever came to summa cum laude. I'm an executive, securing the bag. He insecure and homeless with a duffel bag, y'all. This boy who can barely take care of himself got me in the mirror questioning my self-worth, but this ain't no woe, it's me poem. This a woe. Let's stop and take stock and inventory poem. A reminder of what I come from poem. This raw material made by the matriarchs of my family line. I'm a mixture of sisters with ambition so big it could crush a mere male ego. The first time I saw a woman in my family handle a fuckboy was in a church house where my aunt was pastor in a pulpit they said was only made for penises. She called this fuckboy by name Lucifer, or devil for short, and I watched the way she told him he was not welcome there, so you damn right I've learned to tell a fuckboy to get thee behind me. My aunt Gail is actually a warden. She bossed up and took the position despite the stigma, so it makes sense that I decided to dedicate bars to a fuckboy who thought crossing me was a crime he could commit and get away with. My mother runs a daycare. My childhood home always full of cribs and bibs, so in the spirit of changing diapers, she taught me never to put up with a boy's bullshit. See, the women in my family come equipped with barbed wire brassieres meant to protect their bleeding hearts that have been bruised but keep on beating. Their almond-shaped stairs don't take no talk back anatomy, be bending bone but ain't an ounce of break round here. Sashay as if their shoulders are sacred and ain't no taking them for granted. They have gnawed gullible down to the gristle, keep a hell no on the tip of tongue. Their Google definition is summed as unfuckwittable, and they have given me every iota of grit and grace, so I guess that makes this poem an anthem to never let a fuckboy win, because I come from women who been, so I vow to always remember who I am and to never let a fuckboy have me this fucked up ever again.
All I gotta say is that's foe. That's foe. Oh, yeah. Y'all got a poetry slam. We got a poetry slam in here. I think we got a slam in here. All right. How they say at the church, you may take your seats. Previous for a score. 28.3. Judges. All right, low to high. I got a 9.4. I got a 9.6. And I got a 10, and a 10. Y'all give it up for the poet. Y'all ready? Y'all clap for Roddy.
You see, sometimes the dyke boots don't work, and you get sent the wrong message, thinking that I'm on a straight path, so you walk in my direction, and I get it. The titties stay lifted, and with the size of these thighs, your eyes may have shifted because you a real nigga. You know real shit. And with that fact in your mind, you approach me with a certain intent because you're a man, and I, 100% woman, no less. So when in my essence, it's easy for my presence to put a little bass in your chest, and I get it. I'm pretty as shit, y'all. You see these dimples in my smile? Maybe you live a kink life and you like my dominant style. No judgment, I'm flattered, yet only interested in women, or those whose natural spirit is mostly feminine. And I can hear the testosterone dripping off your tongue before this moment begun. And although you're quite handsome, I'm good, bruh. Know this, it'd be a shame for you to shoot your shot in this game and miss, but I guess a bruised ego can't hear my words and accept that you've been curved. You have the audacity to open your mouth and say you could straighten me out. Like, come on, dude. I told you the truth, so consider the weight lifted, but your face twisted. Whole swag shifted in the instant you're offended. Because when it come to dick, I don't take it, I give it, so you live it. I get it. Your attention has always been gifted to women attracted to persistence, and today, your manhood chose me, a lesbian who don't play pretender. So you ball your fist and turn this heavyweight chick into your #1 contender. And you're allowed to be a homophobe. Every asshole has an opinion, but you fragile. So if you can't bag me, you'd rather me in one. Just because the situation ain't what it could be, you gonna make me fight and defend my life, or else I gotta die for the pussy. Well, let's go. Just know, I fuck like I fight, may be a dyke, but I ain't no bitch. Won't be no cries for help. You can stick this stud in the ditch and they'll still say, I brought it on myself for being different, for loving women, for living loud in my truth. You can call us black gays weird, but we are not the new strange fruit. So tonight, I am ready to fight for every black lesbian who learned her wife must be worth her losing her career, her home, and her life. Like so many women in the rainbow who was laid low because a nigga like you couldn't handle when they said no. Nothing has ever been easy for me. I must be fearless in my queerness in this world that despises it. But I'll die in the casket before you bastards force me back in the closet. I will win this by myself because that's all I've ever had. Wasn't no LGBT behind me. They just put black in the pride flag. They say us black gays look blue in the moonlight, but our knuckles be color purple. All our lives we had to fight to feel safe in the land of the free. Where women are hated for loving just like me, I pray the day never comes where I'm another black lesbian silenced, but if so, may God kill all my enemies with kindness. Let death leave a smile on their face when the day's done, so their last breath be a gay one.
Oh, y'all got a poetry slam. We got ourselves a slam. Y'all acting like y'all want to go home. Previous poet score, 29.6. Get out of here. Put up them skulls. Low to high. I have a 7 point. I'm sorry, a 9.7. I have a 9.7. Well, I'm gonna start over. A 9.7, a 9.7, a 9.9, a 10, and a 10. Y'all give it up for the poet. We got 2 sets of ties. We got 2 sets of ties in here. We ain't gonna never go home. Please remember in your exuberance, if you are sitting in the audience and are not eating or drinking, keep the mask on. All right, Ephraim, John. This is outrageous. Okay, so we got a 2-way tie. So we got to get a poem from Breon and Roddy, and then we got to get a poem from Ephraim and John. Breon and Roddy will decide 1, 2, and Ephraim and John will decide 3. Okay? Woo! We will flip the order. So since John went first, Ephraim, you'll go first. John, you'll go second. We'll give Ephraim some time to get in the back. That means Roddy, you'll go first. Lady Breon, you will go last. You got a mic? We got a mic. All right, judges, this is your fault, so you better stick with me. This is your fault, so you better stick with me. Y'all clap it up for Ephraim Nehemiah.
Haunting is when something gets persistently in the mind. Like, does my absence haunt my son? Or haunting, like to visit or inhabit as in a ghost. Like to be black and father is to be a ghost story. Ghost, like a dead thing. Like trying to connect to a world you already left behind. My abuser said, if I don't love her, then I won't get to love our son. My punishment for wanting to leave the relationship was her making sure I couldn't see him again. Now I'm the stereotype. I'm haunted by the same spirit that possessed my father, probably his dad, and probably his dad before him, but I can't say for sure. I've never met anyone in my family named grandfather, only heard about how they made an empty hallway out of a parent's love. And ghosts, tend to stay in the homes where they last died. And every absent father has had a funeral in the minds of the children they left behind. And the scariest thing about ghosts is the way that you still look for them even when they're not there. See, I don't know how to escape these ghost stories when my own body is a haunted house. I feel haunted whenever someone asked if I was babysitting my own son. I feel haunted when someone said if I would stay in his life and expected the answer no. I feel haunted when I walk into a courtroom to fight for visitation. I barely feel closer to seeing my son. Someone asked me if parenting as a dad is difficult. Being a father isn't the hard part. Having no custody is. They asked what's my greatest fear, and the most frightening thing is I'm already living it. To be the distant father and the abandoned son. They say the older children get, the more they will start to forget their earliest memories. And I wonder how long until I vanish. Every day I'm less body and more ethereal, and I promise, Oba, I'm trying my hardest to stay alive. But if my son can't see me, how can I say I'm anything more than a ghost?
Yeah, don't get quiet now. Y'all started it. Don't get quiet now. Y'all started it. Don't get quiet out this trouble y'all done started. Judges. From low to high, I have a 9.0, a 9.0, a 9.3, a 9.4, and a 9.5. Y'all give it up for the poet, not for them scores. Y'all keep clapping, because John Kell is on his way out right now.
Over the last 30 years, I've written hundreds of poems, but some thoughts never made their way from brain to page. It's like the signals weren't making contact with the nerves in my right hand. The words got clogged in my esophagus by the frog in my throat named fear. This poison gets trapped in my bowels, and it festers until it causes a cancer in my relationships with women. She said she wanted to play a game. And since I was 12, I figured this is what preteens do, but she was 15. And I wasn't used to the way she played doctor. I tried to tell her my heartbeat wasn't down there. She said she needed surgery. She made me put my scalpel up against her skin and push until I felt it penetrate. I saw blood. I yelled for help, but it wasn't enough to make her stop. I think I wanted to make her stop, but I was so confused. Was this my rite of passage or rape? Was I supposed to just lay there and enjoy the ride or put up more of a fight? Either way, I wasn't the same after I left my cousin's house that day. Something was awakened in me, as if my inner dog instinctively knew to chase the cat, and that was something I wanted to get good at. So I did my research. I stared intently at women who wore tube tops and miniskirts. I learned all there was to know about bra sizes from the Sears catalog. I could spot a 36C from 5 blocks away, and of course, I had to turn on the music that was molding my generation, because the only thing that's missing from rap culture is the E after the P. Shake them things, baby. Shake them things, baby. Take it off. I had no idea I was being programmed, and all I had to do was tune in. They put the instructions in the lyrics face down, because her mind is what I want furthest away from me. Ass up, because I've been craving this taste on my palate ever since they exploited Sarah Bartman. Real or fake, she's just body parts. Why should I care what great lengths women go through to enhance their features? If it's botched, call her collateral damage. If she dies, call her a casualty of war. She said she wanted to play a game. And since now I was a mature 16, she figured that she could teach me something that I didn't know, even though she was my mom's best friend, twice my age. I lost sight of eye-to-eye contact because of her chest. Just like a pirate getting booty from her chest, I too was robbed of my treasure. And over 20 years later, I'm still trying to salvage the most valuable pieces of me. I do not have the answers, but at least I got the feeling back in my right hand, and the frog is out of my throat.
All right. Previous poet score. 27.7 judges. What say you? Low to high, I have a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.7. Clap it up for the poet. Tiebreaker number 2. Y'all give it up for Roddy.
Dedicated to, well, y'all know when y'all hear it. She can't sleep. Sleep requires peace. There ain't peace. Tell her to eat. She can't eat. They cut her food stamps off Friday. Last 20 got to stretch to next week. She can't sleep. Got a son, only one, he can't speak. Look just like them boys they shoot on TV. Look just like that man who said he can't breathe. Built just like them bodies they leave dead in the streets, so she can't sleep. She vent, but she black, they don't hear her speech. She scream, but she black, they don't hear her scream. She black and she woman, so she missing every week. Black, so she can't be weak, gotta stay woke, so she don't sleep because she can't sleep. Quarantine, now she can't leave. Babies ain't in school, now they can't read. Gotta go to work, but she can't be out while the baby's in the house with no eats, how they gonna sleep? Told her she was essential with no vaccine. Her mask said Black Lives Matter when she clocked in on Juneteenth. How she gonna sleep? Don't nobody give her 6 feet. Don't nobody care about her cough until her body in the coffin 6 deep. Virus took her mother, doctor won't let her hug her to grieve, so she don't grieve, just lay in the dark. Lay in the dark. Lay in the dark. Because she can't sleep. Because she need peace. And there ain't peace.
That's 3. That's 3. Previous poet score, please. Dang! 28.4. I don't have my clipboard, so I'm gonna be surprised with some of y'all. Y'all last poet of the evening, possibly. Oh, I got scores. Sexual chocolate. Y'all got me out here past my bedtime. Low to high, low to high, low to high. I got a 9.2, a 9.5, a 9.8, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Give it up for the poet and not for the score. Your last poet, possibly. Y'all keep clapping for Lady Breon.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. And I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep running 'cause a winner don't quit on themselves. Welcome to the land of the free, where bondage is big business. The United States of America has the largest prison population in the world, and many still can't see the correlation between the plantation and the penitentiary, like they ain't say slavery was abolished in all jurisdictions except in prisons, they call it an industrial complex, meaning many connected parts all working to produce goods, and there are companies making billions off of prisons. For instance, Victoria, she got hella secrets. Her bras stitched with wires by boys that got picked up because of snitches wearing wires, and I'm sure if Shorty's in here right now walking around in her privatized prison panties. Microsoft got cellmates crunching numbers and crafting keyboards. Bank of America also got bars around America. Even Toys R Us had their hands in detention centers. It's like Fisher Price got a price tag on my niggas, and it figures since there is a pipeline, third grade test scores are used to determine the number of prison beds, and in turn, prisoners make college beds, so when you're sitting at your desk writing next time, just think it was made by someone doing hard time. Now how's that for mandatory sentencing? It's not correctional. It's righting the wrongs of the South, losing that war, and ensuring that free labor never goes bankrupt as long as cells stay fully stocked like grocery stores, and even Whole Foods pays half price for labor. License plates made by state inmates. We ride in the highway of success with exits stamped by loud stop sign by the justice system. It's like everybody in the hood's a convict. But are we criminals or commodities? Because honestly, I done did the cost-benefit analysis. You charge the father with moms on layaway and with dad subtracted babies just hanging in the balance. But what's the difference? The math is dividing the masses. We procreate, they incarcerate, and prisons will not rehabilitate. facilitate because that's a bad business model. Recidivism increases profits and dividends. Just check the receipts. This is the land of the free, or rather, the land of dollars and cents, where taking away freedom will always be a more worthwhile investment.
That's 4 judges. Y'all got one time. This is the last time I gotta ask a question. Y'all is crunk in here. Poets score 29.1 judges. From low to high. I got a 9.6, I got a 9.7, and then I got a 10, and a 10. Y'all, we gonna put it up. Y'all judges, thank you for doing your jobs tonight. Y'all clap for these judges. Y'all clap for these poets. We got more than we came here for. We got 7 extra poems tonight, and I ain't mad at it. We got 7 extra tonight, and I ain't mad at it. What is Lady Breon's final score? 29.7. Coming in first place. All the way out of Baltimore. We got Lady Breon coming in second place. All the way from East Orange, New Jersey, we got Roddy. Miami's own defending his crown. In third place, we have John Kell. Your Exit 36 winners. Thank everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate you. To all the poets who made the trips. They got books, they got merch, they got stuff to buy. If y'all want to buy it, thank y'all. Continue to be safe. See y'all next year. Peace.